Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I came to know Dav Baji when I first reached out in 2021. I was in a really difficult place in myself, having lost my mum a couple of months earlier, and then just dealing with other life situations that were really causing me to spiral. And I had done an ardas, really wanted to find something that would align with me spiritually, and found, a talk by Davinder Singh Banissa, or how I know them as Dav Baji, online. First time I ever came across a Sardar talking about mental health. And so I got in touch and shared where I was at, and I was told I'll be fine. Join the 8-week mindfulness course. You'll see the difference in 4 weeks. I had very managed expectations, if I'm honest, but Baji was not wrong, and it was just an amazing experience to learn from Baji. I was just in awe, and I was encouraged all the time, ask lots of questions if you don't understand anything. But it was just amazing, the impact that it had on my well-being. I was literally a shell of a person when I joined, and then really came into myself and developed inner strength that I didn't know I had. Later that year, I was invited to join the Gurmat Therapy program. That was in October 2021, and I graduated last year in May 2024. Through the program, I also got to know Pushpinder Sanghera, or as I know them as Pushi Banji. Both Dav Baji and Pushi Banji are just the most amazing people that I know, who are completely dedicated to their work of selfless seva, helping people, and that's been my experience. Honestly, when I first went to my first session of the Gurmat Therapy program, I just sat there and thought, I've waited my whole life to be here. And, how do you thank somebody who connects you to your guru to actually realize that this is what Guru Nanak Dev Ji was trying to convey, and this is what all the gurus thereafter have just reiterated, the same message. And no other setting has ever said that Gurbani is talking about the nature of the mind, and and the nature of ego, and what it is when you transcend the ego. And Gurmat Therapy takes you through the process of doing just that. It's such a comprehensive, skilled, carefully curated framework. It's just amazing. I mean, I'm in awe when I think about what Baji has put together, and it reflects his skill, his expertise, his knowledge, but also his profound wisdom is reflected in the work that Baji does. It is just amazing the way Baji brings this wisdom, divine wisdom, and aligns it with science in the intellectual way that it does. And how we're just taken through this journey as a Sangat to a process of self-discovery, self-realization, actually realizing what it's all about, why we're actually here, how we prepare ourselves for eventualities that are going to happen, and how to navigate them. And you learn that through your own practice. And so the only thing that's ever been asked of us through this whole process is to have your commitment and your dedication in putting in the work to help yourself. Bushi Banji is so dear to me. She helped me in a really difficult time last year my dad passed away, and I knew that in Gurmat Therapy there are teachings around how to manage around the stages of the death process, basically. And Bushi Benji guided me through all of that. She really held my hand, and the process that would have been traumatizing and had me distraught was actually such a profound experience. And I'm just eternally grateful to Baji and Banji. They are just the epitome of seva, the most nurturing, kind, compassionate, loving people that I've ever come across. And, I just couldn't be more grateful. And so it's with pleasure that I share what I am, even though it doesn't even scratch the surface to the level of, growth and transformation that I've experienced. It's hard to put into words. Words don't do it any justice. But this is as much as I can share by way of thanks, and I'm so grateful. Thank you, Baji. Thank you, Banji. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.